The exercise you did in class today was designed to get you a couple of benefits. One, to be able to kind of walk around inside a three-dimensional structure, see how things fit together. Two, to get used to how Mr. Shepker, who will be running your workshop in about a month, communicates about mathematics and art and structure. And to continue to kind of raise the level of your communication in mathematics. So you each got through the cube, good. You got through the truncated cube, good. You got through the cube octahedron, good. You are currently working on this guy and this guy. So let's scroll through the pages of the write-up that Mr. Shepker designed to explore the duality of these figures, how each one can be structured with the basic outline of the cube. So you completed the hexahedron in screen 1. You completed the truncated hexahedron in screen 2. You completed the cube octahedron in field or screen 3. And most of you at this point are working on the truncated octahedron. So I'm going to demonstrate the divisions of the truncated octahedron. At least I'm going to attempt to do that on this tablet. I'm not sure how difficult or easy that will be. I'm going to attend to accuracy and precision. As I try to make my back lines as parallel to each other and as congruent to each other as I can, because these will be my construction lines. I'm not sure I can change color, but let's see. Indeed I can. So we made quarter points on each of the edges, on each of the 12 edges of the cube. So first, you have to identify where the edges are. I think you've gotten really good at that since starting this project. That was maybe not so easy to do on the very first one. But I think you now know how to see the depth in the figure, or in the original cube you created, and how to keep those broken lines, the integrity of those broken lines, so you know which ones are in the back of the figure and which ones are in the front of the figure. And what we do for the truncated octahedron is we identify all the vertices on the front face. And we count 3 away. I'm going to start here. We count 3 away in the 2 directions that stay on the front face, and we connect them. And I'm going to go to this one, this second one. I'm going to count 3 away. I'm going to count 3 vertically and 3 horizontally on the edges that stay on the front face, and I'm going to connect them. Now I'm going over here to number 3. I'm counting 3 away horizontally. I'm counting 3 away vertically, and I'm going to connect them. And on my last vertex, I'm counting 3 away horizontally. I'm counting 3 away vertically. I've stayed on the front face, and I'm going to connect them. And I'm going to try to highlight the rhombus that is floating on that front face. As usual, the front, the right, and the top are the easiest faces to work with. So I'll make this number 1. I'll count away 3 in 2 directions, the 2 directions that stay on the top face. I'll go to number 2. I'll count away 3 mid or 3/4 points in both directions, both of the directions that stay on the top face. I'll go to 3. I'll count away, and I'll connect them. I'll go to the 4th vertex. I'll count 3 away, and I'll connect them. And I'm going to highlight those. And at this point, you could be listening and drawing and know that you can rewind at any point that you need to. I'm going here for number 2. I'm counting away in 2 directions, the 2 directions that remain on the right face. So at any point you need to stop and take a closer look at yours, by all means do so. The more difficult sides to see are the bottom, the rear, and the left. So I'm going to change color. Maybe blue will be easy to see back there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the vertices on the rear face. I'm going to start with this quite rear one. I'm going to count away 3. I'm going to count away 3. And I'm going to connect them, being careful to break the lines anywhere I go below another drawing. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This one kind of fits on the edge here. Going here, I'm counting away 3, counting away 3, and I'm staying on the right, the left face, that is. Oh, I wish I hadn't done that. Counting 3 away, counting 3 away. Here, I'm going to change my highlight color so that I can keep track of what's on a behind face and what's on a front face. Going to go back to blue. Count 3 away. So my vertices on the rear, count 3 away, count 3 away. I'm back to a horizontal and vertical orientation. So that's good news. There's a behind line here. I'm going to this one, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Going behind. I'm headed. Didn't work very well. I don't know if I can get that blue without getting the yellow. So I'm trying to go here to here. With a stylus, it's not as easy as it could be. There we go. So now I'm moving from this vertex and I have to find the floating face in the back, and there it is. Can you see it? Now this will be easier to do on paper because you'll be able to remove your construction lines. I'm not sure how easy it's going to be to remove with a stylus, but I'm going to try it. So I have one more face down below. I'm going to use 1, count away 3, count away 3, and I'm going to connect them. I'm going to go to 2, count away 3, count away 3, and I'm going to connect them. I'm going to go back here to 3, count away to here, count over to here. I'm going to connect them. And my last vertex, I'm counting away 3 and counting away 3 and connecting them. So once those floating rhombuses are identified for each of the faces, we can start thinking about erasing, although I'm freaked out a little bit. I don't want any of my highlighted rhombi to disappear. One, two, three, four, five, six. This is kind of interesting. So if I can keep track of what's on a front face, what's on a rear face, that kind of stuff, I will be doing great, because now I have to connect them. Okay, I'm going to leave the rest of this structure there. So remember, green was on the front. Green were on the front faces. And I'm going to use a black line to find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, yellow was on the front, right? So from the front vertex of the top rhombus, I'm going to connect that to the top vertex of the front rhombus. From the right vertex of the front rhombus, I'm going to connect to the front vertex of the right rhombus. From the left vertex of the front rhombus, I'm going to connect to the front vertex of the left rhombus. And from the bottom vertex of the front rhombus, I'm going to connect to the front vertex of the bottom rhombus. This is easier to do with your cubes still showing when you're not on a computer. So this front rhombus has been connected at all of the vertices. So now let's pick another one. I'm going to go to the right vertex. So the top vertex of the right rhombus is going to get connected to the right vertex of the top rhombus. The bottom vertex of the right rhombus is going to get connected to the right vertex of the bottom rhombus. The back vertex of the right rhombus is going to get connected to the right vertex of the back rhombus. It's a behind line, so it gets broken. So that's 1, 2, 3, that's 4 connections on the right. I need to do those same 4 connections on the left, and the one that's kind of showing itself to me right now is the back vertex of the left rhombus, and I'm going to connect that to the left vertex of the back rhombus. And I should have broken that line, so let me do that better. The top vertex of the left rhombus gets connected to the left vertex of the top rhombus. So that's 1, 2, 3, and the bottom vertex of the left rhombus gets connected to the left vertex of the bottom rhombus. So front to front, bottom. So we've got a back vertex on the top that needs to be connected to the top of the back. So 1, 2, 3, 4 connections on the top. This rear needs to be connected and broken. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 connections here, 1, 2, 3, 4 connections in the back, 1, 2, 3, 4 connections on the top, and 1, 2, 3, 4 connections on the left. My front face are kind of overlapping their connections.